Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We are here to go with the intent chapter again with another example where we are trying to show that our application will be the containing three buttons. With first button it will take us to the gallery, and when we press the second button it will take us to the call log, and the third button, when we press it, it will take us to the content. This is our example. Its name is to intent example, and this is actually our graphic layouts for our this to intent example. And these are the three buttons: go to the gallery, call log, and contact book. So our motive is that when we run our application, whatever the button we will press, so that built-in Android function or widget will be called by pressing that button. So we are just going to focus to the main.java file, and just to see that how we will be able to go to the gallery. So come with the main.java. So here this is the main.java. What we did, we just created the three buttons here, object for the three buttons here. This is our first button. If we just see to edit ID, so this button name is button 1, and if we just follow to this button, we give the name to this button as BT call, and if we just follow to this button, so we give the name like BT CB, it means for the contact book. So again, we are here, we just create the object as we create the object with our previous example, that this BTNG, this is the object for number 1 button, and this is for another button, and this is for the third button. So we are coming down here. What we did, we utilize and we go with the code with the same. There is nothing special. We just use the object what we created here, btn and button, find view by ID and RID button 1. This button 1 is actually the name of our first button, which is actually responsible for go to the gallery option. So once we will press it, so it will take us to the gallery. So come down here. Here this is again we're using the object, and this is the same. We just call the set on click listener and new view click on listener. This is the same thing what we did with our previous example, and also here this is the same what we did, that we create the instance or the object for the intent, and then come down here, because here we need to do the two things with this intent. One is actually we want to provide the action, and with the second step we are providing the data to the intent. Here we are providing the action by using our object what we create here, myIntent.setAction. Please follow with my mouse pointer, and what we are doing here, we are just calling the action view, because this is the action, we are passing the action, we are calling the action, and with this second line we are with the dot set data, we are just providing the data, because we need to call the gallery. For the gallery we need to define the two actions. Number 1 is the action, and then we are providing the data. Data is actually whatever the kind of the pictures they are available from the Android, from the gallery. So we want to see this one. So this is with the set data, we are just calling with the API of the Android. So Android provider dot media store dot image dot media, and finally we are just giving the pointer, defining the pointer, internal content URI, and here we are saying start activity. So if you follow with me, that start activity we need always whenever we want to start our activity, and this is the same like what we did with our previous example. And if you follow with me, that this is again the same what you did with our previous example, and at the same time everything, this and this, everything is the same. What we are doing new here, we are just doing new here the two things, that we are passing the action with these two lines, and we are passing the data, because we are trying to call the code to the gallery. So with this one, if we want to run our application and we want to see that how it is performing, please be with me, and we are here just going to run our application. So this is our Android application. Say no because it's already done, and we'll just wait to see its output. Yeah, application is loaded here. So now we are here that this is the example to test intent, and this is our first button, go to gallery. So we are trying to press to the first button. When we press it, so you can see that it will take us to the gallery. Yeah, congratulations, this is taking us to the gallery and saying there's no media found because this is the emulator, we don't have any picture, so that's why it's saying that no media is found. So go back, and now we want to see that how we can go for the call log and how we can go for the contact book. So first, initially, like we discussed about to go to the gallery, now we are coming back to see about the call log. For the call log, we just copy this code from our previous go to gallery, and we just paste it here and just modify. Just see, this is the btn call. This is actually we declare here, this is btn call is actually for the call log, and everything is the same, like the button, find view by id, and we change here bt call. And this is bt call is actually, if you remember, that this is actually the id of the button for id for the button for this call log. This is actually the id for this button. So you can follow with me that this is again the same. We're just going with the call listener, and nothing is to be different here. And this is again we declare the intent in the same like with our previous one, and we are doing everything same. If you just see starting the activity, this is the same like the previous one. This is here and this is here. Now with the previous one, while we were calling to the gallery, so we need the two actions to be done with the intent. The number one, we were trying to define about the action view, and with the number two, we were trying to provide the data. While here with this example, now we don't need anything because we don't need to provide any data, but we here just need to provide to when we press the button or the call log, this is only action call button. So with intent, we just put the action call button. So we don't need to provide the data, so this line is not needed for this time because we are not interested for any data, but we are just going to call with the call log button. So we just need the action, this time the action will be the action call button with this line. Now this is done. Now be with me. So we are just going to run our example again, and we just want to see the functionality for this second. So again we are here. We are here. This is our button call log. So if you remember that now we need an action when we press this button, so we just press it. Wait, where it's taking, yeah, this is taking us to the call log and showing that this is the call 5556. This is a number which call received on February 17. If you remember with our first example, while we were discuss that how the emulators can have the communication with each other. So at that time this call is there, so it's showing us a call for the one log. This is a missing call. Now we are going for our third button to see that how we can call to the contact books. So go back from here and we can press the back button. So now we want to see the functionality for our this third. Now we're here to see the functionality for our contact book. So what we did, again you just see this is the same. We just copy the previous button what we did for our second button, and here we created its object btn cb for the contact book, and we just paste it here. Again this is, we just replace it with the btn cb for the contact book, and the rest of the code is the same, nothing is different. And with here set click listener, everything is the same. And here we created the intent object, it's also the same. Now what we need here, we need here the two things again. like we need with the gallery, the number one is we need to define its set action. So action is the same like the gallery. Action is the view. We want to view the content book. And then with the data, again we use the Android API, which is android.provider, then .context.people, and finally we just provide the pointer, that is the content URI, and finally this is the start activity my intent. This is again the same, nothing is different. So we can see that the two lines are we just modify these two lines, and now we are able to call our third button functionality. So come and see that how the third button is working. Yeah, this is our third button. Application is loaded. So now we are trying to see that how the contact book is working. See, this is the contact book. We just click it and waiting. Oh, that's great, alhamdulillah. So it's working. So just see, there is no contact saved, so you can create a new contact, you can sign into to your account, and you can go for the import your contacts. So just go back. Now we are trying to see the functionality for all buttons all together. So this is go to the gallery. Great. Now we are to the gallery. Go back, and this is for the call log. Great. Come on. This is for the call log, showing us that the one missed call is there. And again we're coming back and going to the contact book. So this is for the contact book. Alhamdulillah, and congratulations that this is a very simple activity. We can call like the gallery or the call log or contact book, and with the same way we can call the multiple other bolt-on widgets or the functions with the Android. This within the same way. You just see that there is nothing is hard, everything is simple, but you just go step by step, and I hope that inshallah you will do the wonders. So thank you very much to all of my students, and see you next time inshallah.